One two one two one two one two. We are back in the building. We are at war. This is What's the Podcast, episode 183. DJ Jerome Baker the third. I am here representing Black people tonight.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
What up, fellas?
And Don't Charge Abdul.
I'm representing for Black people as well. Let's go.
You got the
I think we all represent.
Yeah. No, I mean, as a podcast, as a unit, we move in for Black people.
Well, we have to move as a unit because if you move as a unit, that's how you actually get things done.
Ooh,
You know what
yes,
I'm saying?
yes.
So
we're moving for peace and love. Everybody here.
What's a podcast.live is our website where you can check out our previous episodes. And I know we've been saying youtube.com/what's a podcast. But we're actually going to have the URL and the handle very soon. YouTube is throwing out custom URLs, I believe, at the beginning of November. So we're going to lock ours in. Yeah.
Like so it could be what? Like what's a podcast.com?
It would just be youtube.com/what's a podcast.
I see. I'm tripping.
So,
Never mind. Okay.
So obviously episode 183. It's a lot going on, man. The world is doing what the world does. What's a podcast? DC, where we all reside, was extremely busy this past weekend for Howard homecoming. The streets were very, very busy.
Did you think it was busy as past Howard homecomings?
I didn't honestly know.
I didn't think so either. I mean, Abdul, you stayed active, but as a whole, for Howard homecoming,
I will say this was more active than 2019.
Okay, yeah, probably.
I think the reason for that is because that 3-year gap or 2-year gap, whatever it's been, 2020 there was no homecoming, 2021 there was no homecoming.
Yeah.
Or there was actually a really small things happening last year. This year, a lot of people came into town. You know what I'm saying? A lot of alum came back, and because of that, the streets were popping. I can't even front. I
think next year is the year where it really goes crazy. It also was the homecoming of 8 other
schools.
7 other schools. So like Hampton University, my beloved Hampton. Mm-hmm. I believe UMD had their homecoming.
Yep.
Spell House down in Atlanta.
That's 2 schools right there.
With a few
Jackson
more
State. Our guy Cousin B was down there.
Deion Sanders. You know what I mean? So there was just a lot of homecomings. It makes no sense. That's extremely bad for business.
They gotta space these out so everybody can eat, man.
Yeah. Like the most you should have should be 2 in one weekend, but it should still be spaced out. Like it shouldn't be
and it shouldn't be 2 in the same area.
Like geographically located next to each other.
No, it shouldn't be that because
that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, because as a youngin, when I was in school,
you want to go to all of them.
I wanted to hit every one of them motherfuckers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If Morgan State had the homecoming the same time as Howard,
which one do you go to?
I was pissed.
Which one do you go to?
I'd go to Howard.
Yeah.
But don't sleep on Morgan State.
No doubt.
No, Morgan State goes crazy.
They were in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Morgan State did theirs like
last week.
Nah, not 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was up there.
It was last week. My man Kurt, who works for New Balance and also went to Morgan, was there. Last week. I promise you, it was the week before Howard's.
I was up there a couple weeks ago. They were saying that was Morgan, but nevertheless,
that was probably leading up to it. Like they have functions for like a whole week leading up, but the actual homecoming itself was last weekend.
Yeah, something like that. So
yeah.
Again, man, Friday, I'm a Hampton University graduate, and yet I DJ'd multiple Howard functions. I did living room with
that might have been the party to be at.
That was the one.
That was a day party, right?
5 to 11. That joint was thumping.
Yeah.
Thumping.
Next year, I'm not going to miss it.
And it was a lot of class of 02, 03, which is why, I graduated in that time. So the trap hits weren't crazy. It was like Dano. Like I put that Dano remix on.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. You know
that was the one. That was the party all my friends were at. And throughout the course of the weekend, I couldn't step out Friday night, man. We're gonna get into that. Um, but on Saturday, everybody was kind of everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then we all ended up at Barcode at the end of the night. However, there was if there was one spot early enough on Friday where everybody was at, and you could go in there and just see everybody in one place. Living room, I heard, was the spot to be at Friday night.
Living room was a 35 and older situation, so it
Yeah,
was very
yeah.
It was
That's kind of where I want to be. You know what I'm saying?
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Because there's organization with the young kids. It's just a lot of just miscommunication and again we did that as well, people. So Friday I
Yeah.
do that. Friday night I played Abigail.
What
Crazy.
should we start with our nights on Thursday, or you want to run down your DJ spots?
I truly was just gonna go straight to Saturday because that was
Nah,
the
we
banger.
got
No, we can't skip Thursday night.
Saturday was the best. What was Thursday night? Oh, I forgot Thursday. Oh yeah,
we went out as
Oh,
a
yeah,
as a
we did
unit.
well, as a unit. I forgot. So Thursday night we all link, and we head to Silver Spring, Maryland, which is
Silver Springs.
Silver Springs, which is a stone's throw outside of Washington D.C., if you will.
Yeah.
And King Push was performing at the Fillmore. Shout out to our guys Ostroff and Oz, along with Eddie, Abdul, and myself. We all met at I forget the name of the place, but food was solid. Excuse me, and good time just chopping it up with the boys. We all just skipped the line crazy to get in. By the time we got in, we had missed IDK because he apparently performed super early.
Dumb early.
Right at 8.
I did not
Um,
expect that. I mean,
no,
I
neither
expected
did I.
there to be a little bit of a delay. Just because the doors open at 8, I didn't know you were gonna go on at 8. Bro.
Right.
I mean, it might have something to do with the time they have to close, though, too.
Yeah, maybe.
So push go. So even before push is on, you know what I'm saying? We try to get into the bottom floor of the Fillmore, and it's just a wave of people from the front to the back. It was
Completely
like-
full to
yeah,
capacity.
to the point where I believe they probably oversold tickets. Right,
100%.
And
Yeah.
so we then basically make our way back upstairs. It's a reunion, right?
Yes.
There's Abdul sees a bunch of people he knows. Eddie sees a bunch of people he knows. I see some folks that I know, and you know what I'm saying. At that one point, the lights go dark, and we're just pretty much scrambling for a place.
Every man for
to
themselves.
see. It was every man for themselves.
To watch the show from.
And luckily, we caught a nice little corner up front. I first meet Oz and Ostroff, and then later on, right before we left, we found Abdul and Eddie. It was a very multicultural crowd, I would say, if you guys would agree with me there. I definitely was standing behind the guy who yelled out, Virginia Beach, we got this, as he was wearing a Hundreds hoodie and some super beat up New Balance 990s.
Some greedy genius.
Virginia Beach, we got
He was
this.
wearing some greedy genius.
Listen, he had super,
Oh my
he
God.
had super beat up 990s. His man had on
Oh.
Creative Rex.
Wow.
Just stop right there. Just stop
Listen,
right there.
dude, he had an Atom Bomb hoodie on. Like when you wear an Atom Bomb
Wow.
Hundreds,
You
hoodie,
can't say you got this if you got an Atom
he
Bomb
said,
hoodie on.
he said,
No. He got it. He got it
Nah,
for
he-
real.
no.
he
got-
said Virginia. He said he was like
He
Virginia
got it for a
Beach.
long. He had it for a long time.
Then
but
he
got
said,
it.
Virginia Beach, we got this, bro. And I just was like,
And this is a white guy.
Of course.
Yo, if you wear Creative Rex and an Atom Bomb hoodie,
Yeah. He definitely says the N word when it comes on in the song.
Well, he's the kind of dude that says it in his car, but he looks around while he's driving. Like, okay, let me just make sure.
Yeah.
Um,
He
so,
definitely 100% does.
So,
Oh my God.
So when you look down in
Creative
the crowd,
Rex on. Jeez.
when you look down in the crowd, you legitimately just saw a sea of white faces. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna hold you. It was just a lot of white kids listening to coke rap, which was a little interesting. I think maybe it had to deal with just the area of where the show is, but the Fillmore's had everybody. They had Nipsey, rest in peace. They've had
I saw Nipsey there.
Shad Glizzy. They've had Wale. There's like a New
I
Year's
saw
Day
Dolph
thing
there too.
Dolph was a mainstay
Yeah.
there. Like, so
Mm.
Pusha just attracts the coke rap. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I think Push outgrew that venue, man.
Yeah, his next show
I
over
think
here has
whoever
to be
his
like
tour manager
Yeah.
was not on his job. No offense to if we know him, but he
No, I-
outgrew that venue, man.
he needs to be at like the anthem. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or
Yep.
a way bigger venue.
Or like whatever it's called, Verizon Center, whatever y'all call it,
Yeah,
whatever it's called now.
Verizon Center. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I mean, he's it was just one thing I also noticed about the Fillmore, respectfully, is if you're not right up on the railing, they don't really have a good
You
spot.
can't see shit. Yeah.
Yeah, for you to like see the stage. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not built with that in mind for some reason.
Yeah.
Um, but it was completely packed. But you're right. I think Push, and that's a good thing that
No,
we
for
think that he's
sure.
outgrown that venue. But
He's
it
definitely
was
outgrown
it
venues
was
that
just
time.
way too packed. Um, and but listen, the man put on a show though. You know what I'm saying? His
Yeah, and
performance was
he
dope.
gave you what you paid for sure.
That's a fact, and I enjoyed it. I think we all did actually, but then
Absolutely.
he got came back for a couple of encores, um, grinding. That still rings off. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think I think Jerome left before the grinder came on.
No, he didn't.
I definitely did, but I mean, I wasn't leaving on my own
Yeah.
accord. Like I had to,
Well, you had to go
my,
work.
my ride was leaving. I had to work. Yeah, so
Oh shit, that's right.
it's all good. It's all good.
But that still rings off. And you know what? One thing I like about Push is when he's performing is, um, you can tell he's put preparation into the show because he sounds a lot like the record,
He definitely does.
and you don't see a lot of that just in general. It's either there is the song also playing in the background, and the rapper is sometimes just coming in to
Yeah.
fill in some places,
Yeah.
or they're either just lip syncing, or but it's not always you see a rapper that comes on and is rapping full lyrics
And
and
it
he
sounds like the
sounds
album. Yeah.
like the album.
Yeah. Better.
Yeah, you don't see that often.
Better
Um,
than the album because it sounds just like it, except for it's
yeah,
real and live. It's
yeah,
like
and you
better.
can see him, and you can
Yeah.
see the emotions, and
Yeah.
you can see people going crazy. You can see him invoking emotions out of people.
Yeah.
So I thought um, for like, I mean, I saw him as something in the water, but I was like a mile away and
Yeah.
watching him on the screen, to be honest, because I was
Yeah.
that far away. So the Fillmore was a little bit more of an intimate spot, and so you definitely got to feel it more. You got to enjoy the music a little bit more. You got to enjoy the performance a little bit more. And I thought that was tight, man. So shout out to Push. Um, it was a great evening. We had a good
Absolutely.
time, man, hanging out, catching up with folks. Shout out to Tony Lewis. He was in there. Shout out to Dre the Mayor, and everybody else we saw in there, man. Shout out to Home Court DMV. You know what I'm saying? Our guys, Rich Burgundy, and the whole crew from there. They were all in there. Um, yeah, mad people in there, man. Eddie and I found a nice little spot on downstairs, actually, amidst the crowd. There's a little staircase
Like a
that
fire
goes into.
exit.
Yeah, it's like a little fire exit, and
That
we
was
got
best
up on
seat in the
top of
house.
that, and we could see right over everybody's head.
Yeah.
So I think that actually might be our cover art for this weekend, for this episode. But yeah, I enjoyed it, man. So, but so you went to work after that, Eddie? You went home?
I went home after that. Yeah.
Man, I went to Park after that, and one of my homeboys, shout out to my man G, was in town from Portland, and he's a Howard alum, and he's like, fam, I'm here for 12 hours. I came to come link up with my dudes, have dinner, and hang out for a little bit. And he was catching a 7 a.m. flight back to Portland. So I was like, damn, all right, well, I'm gonna come check you after the show. So I went there after that. And that was a good time, man. I ran into a lot of old people from back in the day, and just old friends, and it was young Guru was in there. He's a Howard alum as well, and he was partying and having a good time. But yeah, Park. I hadn't been to Park in about, I want to say, maybe 6-7 years. I might be
Wow.
wrong, but it's been a long time. So I was like, man, I wonder if I'm gonna know somebody in the front. The second I walked up, Mark Barnes was out front, and he just flew me in. So that worked out perfectly. Um, but yeah, that was a nice party. Um, After that, mind you, my wife was out of town, and she had lined up a sitter to watch the kids because I was like, "Yo, I'm going to the show with the fellas." So she was like, "Oh, all right." So the sitter came to the crib, and I was like, "I'll be home around midnight ish," and but things just spun a little bit out of control, and it was one thing after the next. After park, I went to a little dinner. um Dre the mayor was having for push, and a little Cavassier event, a little small little gathering, if I can say that. And so I went there, and bro, I didn't get home till bad late. I'm not even gonna say at the time to embarrass myself because my wife is listening, but let's just say it was way past midnight. So, but I did know I wasn't going to be going out Friday because, I didn't have a sitter. So I missed out on that. But we ran it back on Saturday, though, right, Rome? We linked up with Jerome early,
Hey,
and we
listen,
just we,
Saturday
st-
was
we started making movements out here.
Saturday was grilled cheese social.
Yeah,
It was cool, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But it was about 7, and Abdul and I were just like, man, it's time to hit the streets,
Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's bounce.
basically. And so we left there. We went to Metro Bar.
Metro Ball was popping.
Metro Bar was popping.
Where is
Yeah,
Metro Bar?
it's
Foreman Mills, Rhode Island Avenue.
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's a little
Yeah,
outdoor venue, like right outside of the Alamo movie theater or whatever it is.
yeah, right
Yeah.
there,
Right there in the
Northeast.
same
Yeah.
shopping center, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, we're out there. Mind you, we're feeling good. We're in a good place. Abdul whipped it across town. Like, traffic was a little heavy.
traffic was
And
crazy
yeah,
across the whole city. By the way,
All
it was
weekend, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, everything was crazy.
So we get to Foreman Mills, man, and we're in a good space. We pull up. We see my homegirl. We see a couple other folks. The front door was just a big no. Like, it was not even going to happen.
Yeah,
We, what I'm saying, we connect with the security out back and with the manager. And Abdul's man almost flies us in, man. But security was hating. He was big hating, uh, and he was a big dude, man. He can kick rocks, bro. But you know what I'm saying. It's all good. We
yeah.
just we played the door for a minute just to see what was good. We weren't
We
successful
were
in
just
that.
hanging out, man. We
Yeah,
just kept on running into more and more people. Actually, I mission accomplished. We came and we hung out
yeah.
and we kicked it with all our friends and people that we kept on running into. So we ended up talking shit outside for a good.
Probably have more fun outside.
No, exactly.
Absolutely.
We were just outside 35, 40 minutes just talking shit and having a good time running into people.
Having a
Um,
ball, man. Having a
yeah,
good time. At that point, Abdul was like, "Man, let's make a move." I forget where we initially said we were gonna go, but then I was like, "Yo, let's hit sound check real quick."
Oh
Man,
wow.
we go to sound check because
yo, it's
the
like
dudes
7:45, 8 o'clock at this
the
point. It's
dudes that
still early.
yeah, the dudes that I
You
DJ'd
going to the
for.
rave.
No. The
Oh.
dudes that I DJ'd for on Friday were having a party Saturday. And that party's from 6 to 2. So first of all, I'm just like, all right, let's get there, boom. I have my DJ bag. When I have my DJ bag, I'm lying to you. I DJ everything. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on. It could be a bar mitzvah. I don't care what it is. We pulling
Yeah.
up like I'm the
You
DJ.
paying? Yeah.
So we get in there. We walk in with like Miles and a bunch of Howard cats, and you walk down the alley. You hit the left. Yo, sound check was cracking.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness,
Jam packed to
Super
capacity. It's only 7:45, 8 p.m. at this
cracking.
time.
It's so early.
It
It's
was
so early.
cracking.
Right. It took us 10 minutes just to get a Sprite. No, it took us 20 minutes to get a Sprite. Right. We're in the middle of the crowd. Service is light. Phones are dying. You know what I'm saying? But we in the joint. It's rocking. It's just work
Yeah.
everywhere. People looking you dead in your face to see if they remember you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, okay. No, I didn't go to Howard. It's okay.
Right.
And then we got broken up for a split second, and Abdul found some of his homies that were at the front of the club. The whole time the club was trying to get me to DJ, but I have to DJ at 10. It's like 9:10, 9:15.
Jerome didn't want to leave. I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
did
I
not.
know you. I know you
didn't.
didn't want to bounce to your next spot.
Because I was gonna jump on and just go crazy. Like I literally
Yeah.
would have just jumped on and went
That
crazy.
was the crowd right there too. It was that same
Same crowd.
'02 to '04,
I
'05
knew
Howard University graduates.
I knew
Wow.
everything what to play. I knew
Yeah.
everything to play because I listened to the DJ who's my man, and I knew what he wasn't playing. So never lets me. Abdul and I are like having to like step outside and go upstairs to even like get
Text
each
people
other's
back.
text messages and like, yo, I'm about to leave, and then he's like, I bet I was about to come tell you come over here, and but soundcheck was insane, like
Yeah.
insane.
I ended up
I
staying there.
did you?
Yeah, I stayed there. I stayed there till about 1 a.m.
Okay.
It was
I
thumping.
did a whole shift in there.
From
was
6
thumping.
p.m. to 1 a.m.
No,
Nah, close to 8.
p.m.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, that's a long night.
Oh yeah, nah, because that's where I was like, yo, everybody come meet me over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Everybody
what's
was like,
cracking?
yo, where you at? I'm a sound check. What's the door looking like? Just come on in. Just hit me when you get here,
Yeah.
and I'll figure it out. We'll get you in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it was
it was
thumping.
cracking, man. It was a good time in
it's a
there.
good time.
And then a whole rack of us walked over to Barcode.
Y'all walked
and-
from soundcheck to Barcode?
It's
Yeah,
not that far.
it's not that far, but
It's like
what
6 blocks.
the problem was my car was 2.5 blocks towards
yeah.
Barcode, right? And I was like, fam, by the time I get to my car, it's 1 a.m. and
You already have the closest spot.
bro, I got the closest spot in the streets. It would have taken me 20 minutes just to drive to Barcode because of all the traffic.
Right. And
Right.
then
And,
you're not
and
going to
then
find
I got to
a spot.
find parking. So
Yeah.
I was like, let me just leave the car there. So it was me, my brother-in-law, and a few of my friends, and my man Justice, and so yeah, we just shot up there and just kicked it there for a while, man, and then then reality hit. I was like, yo, I'm tired.
You're like, shit, it's 3:30. I got to go home.
Yeah, I gotta get the fuck home.
Yeah.
So mandatory stop.
Ooh.
And Yums was trying to front on me, man. I kept calling him, and as I'm walking to the car, because the trick is you got to call the order in. So by the time
so
you
you don't
get
have to
there,
wait in line.
you don't got to wait. But it was so busy, they were just refusing to answer the phone. So finally, Shorty answered it, and I was like, "Yo, it's me, half chicken fillet." She was like, "I got you." So by the time I got there, she had already rushed my order through. My shit was already ready. Grabbed that shit and got the fuck out of there, man.
Yeah, nah, it was rocking, man. I went and did OZOs, oversold. And with DC, if you don't live in DC, man, certain parts of the city they shut down on weekend nights to
They
kind of
shut the
make
roads off. Yeah.
to flood traffic. So that Connecticut and like 18th
M Street.
M Street, all that, it was Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
There were
Jeez.
literally 2,000 people in the streets just doing whatever they wanted to
Getting
do,
it.
just getting it popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting a lift was impossible. I think I grabbed a scooter.
What were those
that
rates
night.
looking like?
$50.
Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
to go up the street.
I live
Literally.
like 0.4 miles away or something.
Right.
Like, I don't know,
Damn it.
whatever. So I took a scooter home because it was the only thing that was shaking. You know
Oh,
what I'm
that's
saying?
smart.
So, yeah. So Howard Homecoming was successful, man. I mean, there was a lot
Yeah.
going on. I don't know what Barcode looked like Sunday. I can imagine it was cracking.
Oh no, I know it had to have been crazy. It was
100%.
crazy. It was crazy on
On Saturday when
on
you showed up at 1
Saturday.
a.m.
when I showed up and homie working at the front, he was like, yeah, it's a just not a normal Barcode night. It's gonna be 50 each to get in. It's rented out, and it's this dude from Howard throwing a party. And I looked over and I looked at the dude running. I was like, what?
Now, hold on, mind you, we had gone to Barcode before
We
sound
did.
check.
Oh yeah,
though.
we stopped off at
We
Barcode.
stopped
earlier.
at Barcode first just to check the vibes. The vibes
Yeah.
wasn't there yet, but we kept saying
was still
it'll be
early.
popping later. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm a little bit embarrassed to say I threw a little bit of a fit. I got into Karen mode. Like,
Is there
where
video?
the fuck
Is there video of
Taz?
that?
No, I'm joking. I did not do that. Of course not.
You
But
just
I was
texted
like,
Taz?
yo, Taz normally is hanging out in the back. I'm like, let's walk in through the back, right? So we walk through the back, and
Hold on.
security
What do you mean the
stops.
back? There's a back and a front.
There's a back entrance, which is like where they set up like the hookahs. And actually, I might be giving away too much. I walked in through another entrance, and there's a security dude there, and he's like, "Yo, you can't come in." I was like, "Tell Taz it's Abdul. Tell him I'm over here." And he comes back, and he's like, "Taz said coming through the front," and I was like, "Nah, you did not talk to Taz." I was like, "Tell Taz it's Abdul.
Right.
Tell him it's me."
Yeah.
And he comes back. He's like, "Yo," he said, "Yeah." He said, "Can you come through the front? Nobody's allowed through the back." So I was like, "Damn, I lost my stripes out here in these streets. This is my brother. He's turning me away from the door." But nah, we walked around the front, and he was right there. And he was like, "Man, what are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know."
You're like, they fronting on me.
I don't know. I was like, "Yo, what's up with these dudes, man?" But yeah, I mean, I think Howard Homecoming for me now is more so like I don't even need to be at like the greatest spot. I just need to be like with my friends, and we can talk shit.
That's the
and
greatest spot.
yeah, that's the best spot. You make the spot yourself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And at this point in my life, that's exactly what I wanted to do, and that's the sort of fun I wanted to have, and the people I wanted to see. And it was also COVID. You hadn't seen motherfuckers in 2-3 years. Some of my folks had already moved back here, and I didn't even know that. And I was like,
Wow.
"Damn, son, I thought you were still out of town." He's like, "Nah, I've been here for like 2.5 years." I was like, "Shit, all right." So, all that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I shit. I just slept pretty much all day Sunday, man, because I had to wake up early and take my kids to Sunday school, and then there was just one thing after the next, and then I was in bed early, dumb early. So, but good times though. Howard Homecoming was a success.
Good times, man. Yeah, we
Yeah.
DC just has. I mean, Howard Homecoming is a great sort of opportunity, but like CBC, like that weekend will be crazy. Like DC
Yeah.
just has 5 to 6 weekends per year that are just like
Yep.
completely turned up.
Labor Day is another one.
Every DJ has
Yep.
7 gigs. Like
Yeah.
there are so many.
You're right. There are
You know what I'm
certain
saying?
ones.
There's like
There's one coming up too. Thanksgiving weekend,
The
quietly.
night before
The
Thanksgiving.
night before Thanksgiving is a big night.
Oh yeah, I mean that's worldwide or countrywide exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's actually a holiday on Friday, November 11th, I believe. Like
What's
that
that?
day is a holiday.
Oh yeah, what is that?
But
President's Day or something?
I don't know, but so we're actually having Darla Nikki on a
It's
Thursday.
Veterans Day.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're actually having Darla Nikki on a Thursday that week instead of a Friday because it just makes more sense in that
Yeah.
particular space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, Howard Homecoming was great. Episode 183 was a podcast. This time tomorrow, when you hear this, I shall be in Miami.
Actually, they're not gonna hear this till Thursday. We're taping a day early.
Oh yeah, we are taping a day early, and so by the time you hear this, I'll be back in DC. But it was
You're out to Miami tomorrow.
Quick like that?
R&D, baby, R&D.
24 hours.
Yeah, it's a quick little trip, man. Dante's Hi-Fi, we're gonna do that. If you haven't
Okay.
been, it's tremendous.
You want to see is Rich Medina there?
Not even sure, man, but they just have Dante's Hi-Fi is just the coolest place in the world.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah, yeah. I
You
need
know
to
what I
check
mean?
that out
So,
next time I'm out there.
Yeah. And then just find a cool little spot to get something to eat. And then my man Spencer Tracy, his 1 year anniversary of his something party goes down with my guy Chase. Chase and Spencer and another cat are on the deck. So I just want to go down, man, see what Miami's hitting for. You know what I'm saying? Pull up. So we'll see what it hits for. Me and my man Pierre are going to be in there. I think we're staying at the spot Lifehouse in Little Havana. It's actually a really fly little new spot. Very Hotel Tonight friendly on the price, so can never beat that.
Caliocho, huh? Is that
Something
where?
like-
That's Little Havana. Caliocho, yeah,
I don't
8th
know
Street.
how- I don't
That's
know.
where Little Havana is. So it's right downtown.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
give
a
me
nice
the
little
lion.
spot.
Don't give me the lion. So it should be fun, man. I love Miami. It is just it's a great place.
It's a good time, man.
It's
It's
a
a fun
great
time.
place. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So we're gonna do
You gonna get
that.
it in?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Speaking of my man,
Yeah,
speaking of my man
make some new
Pierre.
friends. Okay.
I mean, you're always, yeah, always, always.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah, of
back in I'll be
course.
back in Miami in
Yeah.
December.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a target
Okay.
rich environment. You know.
All right.
But speaking of my man Pierre, I know that you guys have heard all of us speak about Studio Sonic very highly. It's pretty much a art agency. They do a lot of private work. They this is their second clothing drop, but first sort of real collection, and it's actually been picked up by Commonwealth, which is a internationally known and respected men's clothing store that I happen to work at. Um, and I mean, the bar is very high on this one.
Nice.
The bar is very high
Congratulations.
on this one. Shout out to Pierre and his partner L. They do amazing work. L actually does all the graphics.
Dope.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? And Pierre does a lot of just the, filling in the rest of the blanks and doing what needs to be done. To see their company grow is tremendous. They have so much on the way. I believe the second collection is already done. So I'm hoping,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just making suggestions like sweatpants and like, little things like that to kind of just like sweat shorts. You know what I'm saying? You just want people to full range, you know what I mean? And just,
Yeah.
just attack. I just want them to attack. And so they're going to be great, man. They already are. But to see the brand grow,
Yeah.
they put it on Instagram Monday night, and there's a lot of love in the comments. Um, some people didn't show some love, which was a little, okay.
In the
What does that
comments?
what does that mean?
It just means like I'm checking for names. I'm checking who's liking. I'm checking who's leaving
Oh
comments.
shit. Okay.
I'm that guy. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
And some just
But
guy, man.
sometimes you got to give people the benefit of the algorithm
No
because
sir,
no,
no sir, no sir.
you think they saw it and just purposely chose not to
Kept
like it.
scrolling. Absolutely, yeah, for sure. I don't put anything past anybody.
I don't know, Rome, because sometimes
Nah,
I might be off for Instagram and then I go on like a 2 day rollback of catching up, and sometimes
Yeah.
I don't even know if I catch up on everything.
I
I know, but you
that
can read the comments though.
I don't believe
What?
that's the case. Like I think
He
people
said
were
people were saying some not so good things in the
no.
comments.
People were saying great things in the comments. What I'm saying is that
He's
what I'm
saying he was
saying
expecting some people to like or support it by leaving positive comments and stuff,
hundred
and they
percent,
didn't.
and a lot of people did more than didn't. So I don't want people to feel like they didn't. But there's certain people
Also,
who,
those people that he's talking about are not us. We should
yeah,
make
we
that
all
clear.
show love, yeah.
Right now,
But
yeah.
I
He's
think a
not
lot
talking
of
about
it.
us and
I
not
think a
trying to
lot of
be.
it comes down to,
Yeah.
especially people who consider themselves, in
Like
the quote
homies.
unquote decent DC fashion industry or like it
Ah,
doesn't
okay.
exist. You know
That
what
you
I'm
talk
saying?
about that
So
crowd. Okay.
just I'm talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just
Yeah.
like, the problem is that once things continue to fully blow up for them, that's not the time to circle back and show love all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's how they
Right.
do though.
I'm like a show love at the beginning, support at the
Yeah.
beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like so Studio Sonic is available at Commonwealth DC right now. Um, you know what I'm
The
saying?
full
Hopefully,
collection.
full majority of the collection.
Some
But
things
then
have sold out.
yeah, that hoodie's gone. Hoodie was a hit.
They did one
Um,
hoodie,
I did one hoodie,
the
yeah, but
one
I
you've been
think
wearing, the gray one.
yeah, I think they're
Yeah,
doing
that
two.
shit
I
is fire.
think they're doing 2 or 3 hoodies for next season, and I know they're trying to look into some. They could be potentially looking into like more doors to be in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's just they gotta be consistent. As long as they're consistent and really just put their foot in this, like they always do, Studio Sonic is going to continue to crush. So shout out to them for
Yeah. Shout
doing
out to Studio Sonic. I
doing
grabbed a
crazy
few
things.
pieces from them.
Speaking of Commonwealth, I walked into work today.
Okay.
No, what? No, I'm not gonna say that. I didn't walk in. I didn't. No, no, no. I don't want to. I don't want to do
I
that.
like where this is going.
I don't want to do that. Though.
What
Nah,
Okay.
happened?
carry on.
Commonwealth has a trend, tremendous relationship with Adidas. We are one of the stores
Okay.
that has carried the Yeezy line with Adidas for a very long time.
Mm,
Mhm.
Five
yes.
plus years. 5+
Yes.
years. And we all woke up to the news today that Adidas, probably because they made the announcement in Germany,
Yep.
which is probably what 6 to 8 hours ahead. They that Adidas has severed ties with Ye.
Good.
They've severed ties with Ye as a result of these anti-Semitic comments that he made, and they were being held to task because I believe CAA, which is a talent agency, had dropped him. Vogue had dropped him. Gap and Balenciaga had dropped him. Def Jam was not looking to further their contract with Good Music, amongst a host of other
Even
companies.
his lawyer dropped him.
His new lawyer, his divorce lawyer.
What artist does he have on Good Music now?
Pusha, 070 Shake.
Panda.
No, he's not.
Designer's gone.
Designer's gone. Yeah, the last two good. The last
Sahai
two good,
the Prince, I think, might still be on there.
to some degree, yeah.
Big Sean might still.
I don't think
no.
Big
Sean is gone.
So
I don't know.
Nevertheless, they said the last two releases.
I don't think Push is actually on there.
No, the last two releases for Good Music were 070 Shake and Pusha T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in June and April of this year, respectively.
Okay.
So, Pusha obviously is just gonna probably transition straight to Def Jam.
Pusha is not tripping.
Yeah, he's still a top tier artist for them. So,
yep.
And I just think that we're gonna see the fallout. There have been a bunch of tweets. I believe two of the guys from the Full Size Run crew put out tweets today about Adidas emailing and informing like Foot Locker and Gap about Foot Locker said take all the Yeezy product off the floor.
Yep.
Gap,
send it back.
I don't even know if they said that yet. They just said take it off the floor.
They took it off the floors, yeah.
But I know some Gap stores took it off the floor and some Gap stores put it on clearance.
Wow.
And so there was video of both instances. And so the reaction to Kanye's anti-Semitic comments has been very swift, but it has also caused a very large divide, particularly amongst people of color, Black people, African Americans. Because what I was reading online today, I mean, today was a day to be online. There was a lot of think pieces, a lot of, just opinions.
Yeah.
And Scotty Beam, who used to be on Hot 97, and she's just a very talented woman of many talents. She tweeted, "I wish that anti-blackness held this much weight."
Man.
Now that is probably the
best.
A
very true statement.
Tweet of
Powerful.
it.
Powerful. Yeah.
If you're not understanding what she's saying, she's basically saying that a lot of these companies didn't blink an eye when Kanye was making anti-black statements, when he was, disrespecting Black people. Slavery was a choice when he made that statement.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to get canceled then. Like
Adidas refused to even acknowledge that even happened. Honestly,
they did acknowledge it, but they said that they were just going to review the circumstances or something. Because I saw somebody pulled up an article from that time.
I mean, it definitely got swept under the rug more because Kanye is Black himself in saying that. You know what I mean?
Well, I also feel like it's because it's just the lack of respect for Black people, right? I mean, I think at the end of the day, you have to look at it.
That's it.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, unfortunately, as a whole, and I say this as a Black person,
yeah,
we don't have it together the way other races, ethnicities, and you could even say religions, even though we're not monolithic, we're not mono when it comes to religion. We don't have it together, right? There are holes in the fabric of African Americans. Now, mind you, we've been the most targeted race.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that's by design.
Yeah, by design. Systems since this country was founded have been designed to
hold Black people back.
Hold Black people back, right?
I mean, I think a very good example of what Scotty Bim said was evident in during the Black Lives Matter protests, when it was a very righteous protest against police officers murdering Black men and women, and in some instances even children.
Yeah.
if you saw the sort of um, actions that were just taken within the last 3 days by all these corporations to get Kanye out of here. If something along those lines had happened when black men and women and the whole world was protesting simply to say, yo, police officers should not be murdering unarmed men, women, and children.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
And corporations did not take any sort of real action other than maybe posting a black square. You definitely saw some more diversity hirings happening. You saw, um, you know, black people within the organization maybe get promoted. So you saw that sort of change, but you did not see any sort of action towards uh, real action that could have
Like
affected
as a
uh,
whole.
policy change. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because at the end of the day, that's all we were all fighting for, was for policy to change where police officers are now held responsible for fucking murdering
Yeah.
black men, women, and children.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a fair ask. It's not fucking, the end of the world, dog. You kill somebody unjustly, you should be put to trial, and you need to face these fucking
Yeah.
consequences.
Just like you're putting everybody else in jail who kills people.
But I think
Yeah.
we have to remember that we can't expect fair from an unfair system, right? So like the system has never been designed to be fair. It's never been designed to give black people a full shot. You know what I'm saying? The police force was born out of like slave catchers.
Yes,
You know what
they,
I'm
were-
saying?
they were there.
So
They were made. The system was made
the system was
to go
made,
and arrest slaves that had run
right?
away from their
Yeah,
from
free
their
slaves.
owners, quote
I just
unquote.
read about how the treadmill was designed to punish black people.
For
The
running.
origins of the
You're
treadmill
joking.
are, I'm not joking. The origins of the treadmill were designed to punish black people for, you want to run? All right, run on this.
Wow.
Keep running. You know what I'm saying? So I think, Kanye's, and first of all, nobody here is in support of anything that he said.
No, I think the shit
But
that he said, even against Jews, is so hateful and a very, very dangerous um,
it sets a
narrative because,
terrible precedent.
yeah,
It sets a terrible precedent. It sets a terrible uh, sort of course of actions that could happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think what Kanye was hoping to do was to start a discourse of some sort, but his delivery is absolutely horrible. It's the
Yeah.
worst.
nah, I
you
don't
can
even
do.
think I won't even give him that sort of credit. I
Well,
think he
hold on,
he's
but
okay.
let me just finish real
All
quick.
right.
Now, I don't believe the relationship between Jewish people and black people is this rosy. Um, historically, yeah, we can, do whatever nowadays. But historically, there was some Jewish activity when it comes to slavery. It's well documented,
Of course.
and we see the Hasidics in New York, and we understand that there are Jewish people who are in power. Now, that does not mean they're automatically trying to hold you down, right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean as a race or as a religion they're trying to hold any group of people down. But I think people felt like, particularly black people, felt like it's unfair that when they get attacked, things happen. Swift change happens.
Yeah.
Condemnation from across the world happens. David Schwimmer. You guys know who David Schwimmer is?
That's
Yeah.
the guy from Friends, ain't it?
Yeah.
He's never said a word about anything in his life. And he came out and spoke ill about what Kanye said, and this is the worst thing that could possibly happen, and yada yada yada. And I agree with you, bro. It is
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
But when Black Lives Matter hit,
Yeah. Where were you at?
when slavery was a choice, where were you?
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not trying to apologize for anything he said, but we need to call a spade a spade.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? And so, like I feel like that was a lot of people's frustrations online. You know what I'm saying? And it's really at the root of what Scotty Beam said is, like when the anti-blackness was all over the airwaves, where were you guys supporting us?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like
And you know, we should also say that, you know, there was a lot of Jewish allies during that movement as well.
1,000%,
Yeah.
1,000%.
I think what really it comes down to is um, these corporations, man. It's these companies that can really make a difference and affect policy change, and they pick and choose. And maybe it's because of the people that are in power, but if anything, I I I kind of yeah, I wish all of us could come together and affect change in the way um, they were able to make change today. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Well, I
but
think it comes down to black people getting themselves together first and foremost. Like I'm like you're not going to respect anybody until they respect themselves, and that to me is the biggest issue. The things that we promote, whether it's the irresponsible money spending or sometimes the music. And trust me, I am the first one that enjoys playing finito. Like, I mean, I don't own any like gold chains and nothing crazy like that, or like, spend irresponsibly, in my opinion. But we just have to respect ourselves more. We have to respect the people, the women that we are born from, the people we call sisters and brothers, and because if it doesn't start with that, then why would anybody else choose to respect you? This is my opinion,
no,
obviously,
no,
No,
right?
I
that's
listen.
real.
That makes a
Um,
lot of sense.
That's
and
real.
so, when you look at like, and this is, again, people, this is my opinion. Listen, you see where I'm at, but Asians keep it together. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Jewish
the
people keep it
Jewish
together.
community keeps it together.
Yeah.
The Mexicans, don't you dare look at a Mexican woman in South Phoenix. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you know what I'm saying?
Or an
But
Ethiopian.
or I don't know. I mean, I DJ in 1942. They're cool to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they stick. They keep it together.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
sprites,
yeah.
the
Nah, they
sprites
keep
keep
it
the sprites
together.
keep coming. But you see what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
like, but we're like proud to not keep it together. We're proud to have like,
yeah,
multiple children with different women, and I get so high and I do this to myself. I'm killing other black people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not something you should be gloating about to the degree that it is right now. You know what I'm saying? We should be preaching
yeah,
togetherness and responsibility, and like I hate that. We should just
Yeah.
love each other type. I
S-
hate that.
Stop pulling each other down.
But like yo, like you know what I'm saying, rise up, King. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Feel me, like because again, I understand why people don't respect black people because on paper we don't have our shit together.
yeah. I wish everybody would come together um, for black people as well. But I do think the speech that Kanye was giving out was so hateful and so dangerous when it comes to Jewish people and that sort of talk, because it's the climate today is very similar and almost identical to how it was in Germany post World War One. If you think about it, like the reason Hitler was able to get away with that sort of like fake news talk was by just conveying the same sort of message that Kanye is talking about now. The same sort of shit where, yo, they own everything, they're taking everything away from us, and that sort of stuff. You know, it was at a time when the economy in Europe was almost at its lowest, and people were just so fucked up that they were just willing to just agree to anything that they wanted to place blame on anyone,
Yeah.
right? And when you're at that time and the climate in the country is
Desperate.
right, is desperate, and they're looking to just place blame on anyone, and somebody who has 25 million Twitter followers and a huge reach like Kanye West comes out and says something along those same lines,
Yeah.
you're 100% gonna see fucking Kanye West is against Jewish people signs on the 405 in LA or whatever it was that sign said. You're gonna see more and more because all he's doing is feeding the same theories that white supremacy has been saying all
Yes,
this time.
he is a
Right.
Nazi. He is a Nazi. Yes, he is a
And it's the
Nazi.
same shit that he did with the fucking White Lives Matter shirt. It's the same shit he did by saying that when he was talking shit about George Floyd dying from a fentanyl overdose, all of that stuff feeds into the same narrative that these Ku Klux Klan and white racist motherfuckers have been thinking up the whole time. Yo, George Floyd deserved to lie. He stole $20 from that store. He deserved to die. The cop never had his knee on his neck. All this shit is the same bullshit Kanye was fucking saying.
Basically,
you know what I'm saying? And so all it does, it makes the situation worse, man. It makes it especially dangerous for black people, because now this is the shit that white racist and supremacy motherfuckers are now embracing. They have something to go with. They have, look at it. He's one of them. He's a black dude, and even he is saying.
But what I will say is, black people told everybody about him years ago. We as black people have not embraced Kanye West for
that's not true.
It's not
years. It's 100% true.
You did not embrace him, bro.
But there have been.
He was just at Howard University homecoming last year and did church on Sunday or whatever.
And that's irresponsible. But but again,
how packed was it?
But who needs to hold them to task?
Jerome, we had the same conversation, and we canceled some of our own friends for
100%.
going to that shit.
100%.
Yeah. But I'm saying that they embraced them.
People are going to get rid of those
people out of our lives.
There's a lot of groupthink when it comes to Kanye. And while everything you just said is 100% correct, there has been a certain amount of black people who said, "Yo, y'all need to leave him alone." Right? It's the if you're going to a college, you're dealing with a very when you're college age, you're very
impressionable.
Impressionable. That's
true.
You're very impressionable. Black people have a lot of cultural influence, but we have no power. Right? That is one of the things that dooms us, is we can't control shit. We can tell you to not fuck with him, but at the end of the day, it's still gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were playing Kanye records all weekend long. And I'm just like,
Yeezy's still heavy in the hood, dog.
I'm just like, what is wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's, I 1,000,000% believe that he needs to be canceled to the degree that he is, if not worse, because just in the time we've been recording, two athletes left his sports agency.
Who's a sports agency?
He had a sports agency.
Kanye has a sports agency?
Yeah.
Oh, he wants to be Hove so fucking bad.
Donda Sports. This guy Jaylen Brown, who's on the Celtics, and Aaron Donald, who was on the Rams. They're both great at what they do. They both left. You know what I'm saying? Left Kanye.
Good. Get rid of him. Fuck out of there, man.
But again,
protect
it's just
yourself and your own career.
I believe that I believe that seeing the swift condemnation of the people he's been speaking about should set a perfect example for black people. It's to say, yo, when you move as a unit, when you rock together, when you utilize your influence across every medium possible, you're stronger. You're indestructible.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if you guys even saw the post from D Nice and Q-Tip.
No, I tried to go back on it after you brought it up in another group chat, and I think D Nice had turned off his comments at that point.
Ridiculous. Like,
what they said.
The comments were just disgusting. It's just people arguing back and forth.
And it was just to give a recap, a brief history on the post. D Nice and Q-Tip had both posted. I can't remember the exact message, but it was something along the lines, "I am with my Jewish friends," or "I stand with my Jewish friends."
Yeah,
something along those lines.
Q-Tip actually doubled down though.
Yeah,
because he then posted one that said, "I stand with my Palestinian friends.
Yes.
Free Palestine." You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of significant Jewish people, A-Track and Mark Ronson, in the Free Palestine post, with red hearts and saying, thank you and showing love and all that kind of stuff. So it's beautiful for them to understand that in the moment, Palestine is not your enemy, so to speak.
And you know what? You can see that it's very clear, even amongst my Jewish friends, man. The ones that are here understand and have a better understanding of the harm and shit that's happened to Palestine, and they get it. And not everybody stands with Israel, a country. You're talking about a country that has its own um, laws and shit that it needs to do. Right. This has nothing to do with the Jewish people on as a whole. It just has to do with a policy of a country. So
Right.
a lot of people who are Jewish and are proud to be Jewish and love their faith don't stand with Israel when it comes to Palestine.
Right.
I mean, I think they see the human side of things, right? They
Yeah,
just see the
man.
human side of things. But I feel like with Kanye, it's just one of those situations where, again, you
A-Track was
see.
just at Commonwealth, by the way, a couple of days ago. Remember that?
It was funny because somebody was like, "Yo, you guys were bad busy today." A-Track was in there, and I was like, "Oh," I said, "Man, Abdul leading y'all the
He came
wrong
for that
way."
Studio Sonic.
I said, "Abdul's leading y'all the wrong way." But realistically speaking, though, man, I think that it shows the power of working together. You know what I'm saying? Getting over your petty beefs, whatever you feel is made this person not on your Christmas list,
Yeah.
and working as a unit, bro. You see what the Saudis and the Middle Eastern people do. You see what, again, these Asian countries, how they act. You see how just the people
Yeah,
who
but these are also like cultures that have been around for like centuries. You know what I mean?
I mean, Africa is where life started.
Right, but I'm saying, but like you're talking about African Americans specifically here,
Correct.
and not Africans, because Africans move that way too.
Africans
Go to
move.
Nigeria, they move.
Yeah, I mean,
Ethiopia, they moving.
Yeah, I mean, again, African Americans are what, 400 years old, something like that. Like
Yeah.
it's not.
That's what I'm saying. But
so
you got to start now.
yeah, you got to start now. But it's just like, yo, you see what can happen when you work together. People can speak ill of
There's
you,
strength in numbers, man.
and people speak ill of you, and what my man lost 600 million. That all that money talk that he was so proud of. I'm the richest black man on the
Not
planet.
He
anymore.
wasn't. He never was.
He never was, but I think they said with the loss of the Adidas deal, it dropped him down to 400 million. So all that talk, all that dismissing
Boom.
your friends, you know what I'm saying, telling people I don't listen to people who are broker than me, but that means nothing. You look like a complete idiot, and Kanye's been looking like a complete idiot for the better part of different parts of the last 20 years.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But you couple that on top of just this, like he needs to not resurface. You know who's really sad? I think is a really bad friend is the dude Consequence.
Yeah.
Okay. What about
If you
him?
look at Consequence's Twitter feed, he just makes
egging him
excuses.
on.
He just makes excuses for Kanye all day.
Oh
I mean,
my
that's
God.
how he's eating, though.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
That's how he eats.
That's how he
Kanye's trusted me more than anybody for the last 20 years. We've
Shut
had
the
conversations.
fuck up,
It's
Consequence.
Great.
Yeah. You played
It's
yourself,
ridiculous.
Great.
kid. Consequence is a hoe.
Guess what? The bag's up. Consequence. I hope you've been saving your money.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say something, and one more thing about this. I don't know. If it comes back to me, I'll interrupt. Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad to see they canceled him. One thing I did not like about Adidas's statement was, after they also, it sounded like they had just been pushed to do it, right? It did not seem genuine at all. They've been under this review gun for like the last, I don't even know how many days, right? They've been saying, oh, we're reviewing the year agreement that we have in place. And then yesterday, a director at Adidas came out and was like, yo, I just left this fucking meeting with Adidas and it's just crazy. Nobody's ever said anything. And, it's fucked up that, they've got rid of athletes for, unfavorable work conditions. And for a lot less, they've canceled relationships. But for some reason, these motherfuckers don't want to get rid of fucking Kanye.
It's money.
It's money. So even in their statement, they came out and was like, yeah, we're going to be losing 250 million pounds or euros or whatever it was.
Who cares?
Why the fuck are you telling us that? Why?
That was
We
poor
don't
taste.
care.
That was
Yeah.
poor
Why
taste.
the
That
fuck
was so
do I give a fuck that you are losing money because you decided now to get rid of your relationship with this dude?
Yeah.
I thought that was some real sucker shit because it just goes to show you that they got forced into getting rid of this. They actually didn't want to.
They didn't want to.
Yeah, they were trying to hold on as long as they could, and then hopefully it just kind of goes away on its own, or maybe Kanye changes, maybe Kanye apologizes, and all these things happen. so we don't have to get rid of our money bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Shorty went rogue yesterday and posted on her account or on her feed or whatever it was and called them out on it. And this is a director, dog, an executive.
She's Jewish.
Yeah, of course she's Jewish.
Yeah.
Shout out to her, man. She
Yeah.
spoke out.
She made it happen.
And I thought it was great that now you have people in your executive suite are addressing this and saying, I have a fucking problem with it. Adidas, a German company, a pre-World War company,
With history,
had with ties to Hitler and the
Adidas
Nazi
had ties
Party.
to it, yeah.
Yes, with and ties to Hitler and the Nazi Party. You're not taking anti-Semitism remarks by one of your
employees
essentially seriously. Like one of your partners is coming out and saying crazy shit like this, and you're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
No fucking shit, Adidas.
And she's right.
Yeah. So listen, I was happy to see that. Shout out to her. I had something else to say though, but it doesn't matter.
Jerome, what were you saying about Commonwealth? That's how you got on the whole Adidas thing. You said you went in there and what happened?
Well, we have a significant amount of Yeezys in there. And I think that's more so because the public has lost interest both in the shoe and him. And I feel like
they're not copying like they were
in general prior to what he was saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, now mind you, Kanye's whole thing from the jump was, this is going to be Air Force One in terms of availability.
Right, we're trying to make it successful.
Everybody's going to have the shoe, but
you guys also get a lot more now than you got when like the Turtle Doves came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Commonwealth has done right by Adidas for a very long time. We have a new shoe coming out in November, actually. But I will say that there was the tweets from the full size run guys who were saying that stores were being contacted by Adidas saying take the shoes off the shelves.
I love it.
I mean,
have they contacted you guys yet? Or you don't know yet?
Not today. We didn't get any phone call, but I was there from 11 to 3 today, so I don't know.
And they may not be contacting you directly, anyways.
Yeah, no.
I think I might have said this during our last episode that there are actually some shops that reached out to and they were like, we don't want this partnership with we don't want to carry Yeezy anymore.
Shout out to
my
them.
thing is this: is if you I don't know if they've already been paid for, whatever the case may be. If they haven't been paid for, if they have, send them back, get it credited to
RMA.
Bill, right? Here's my thing though. We looked at a bunch of the shoes today. The shoes don't say Yeezy on them. The only place that they say Yeezy on them
the box
is on the box.
The box and on the
insole.
The
insole.
But
you still know it's a Yeezy though.
But here's what I'm saying. How many people in a year and a half, if they dropped the shoe again with subtle changes, wouldn't hesitate to buy that shoe if it's just the Adidas 500? It's the Adidas, because remember in that same statement that Abdul made they made it very clear that we own
everything.
Yeah, no, they've come out and said it. They own all previous, current, and stuff that's already in the factory. Future designs. Yeah, that's all 100% owned by Adidas.
So if all you have to do is change the box,
the name,
and change.
Do you think people will buy it though? I feel like they're buying it for like the hype,
No, the hype's died down.
I feel like it turns into like an NMD, or like an Ultra Boost after that.
And I mean, NMDs and Ultra Boost, they don't drop it.
They're not making noise.
They're functional though,
for sure.
Right? Like no.
I feel like the 500 and the 350s are too wild to just be like the functional every day.
We went to Arizona State University basketball practice. My man is one of the assistant coaches up there. And like when I tell you the whole campus, 50,000 kids are wearing Adidas Ultra Boost, like it just depends on.
But they have their own Arizona State Ultra Boost, right? Yeah. I saw that shit. It was kind of fly actually.
So like all they have to do is rebrand, take that Yeezy off the insole and off the box, and I don't
know. I think that
I think it's gonna come back.
I think the silhouette that's already out that's associated with Kanye, I feel like.
Give it 2
I'm
years.
not buying Adidas 500.
I was listening to one of these podcasts. I think it might have been what podcast was it, man? But they were saying are the Yeezys gonna be the new MAGA hat?
They already are.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
dirty white
listen,
dirty white
strong take.
350s.
It
Yo,
makes it could be right. I
The only
wasn't mad at that
difference,
take.
but the only difference I'll say with that is it just depends on where you can get them from in the future. Like you get the MAGA hats from the airport, you get them from DonaldTrump.com or whatever. But if you can't get them from these stores, where are you going to get them from? He can't produce those shoes anymore.
Right. No, I think what they're saying essentially is when you see somebody wearing them, you now know
Yes.
they're a right winger. They're wanna lick Kanye's kneecaps. They believe in the shit he says, like that sort of stuff. Like as soon as you
I
see
wouldn't go
somebody
that
with a
far.
red hat, a MAGA hat, you already know the motherfuckers are problematic, and you don't
I would
fuck
say
with
the
them.
MAGA hat's a little bit different than the Yeezys. I would say that you can't disassociate some because a lot of people Yeezy's still heavy in the hood, man. They don't give a fuck
No,
about
but this just
Kanye or
happened.
the red
This
hat.
just happened.
They're
Like,
still wearing them.
yeah,
The baby blue ones are about to drop, right? People they gonna
Nah,
wear
they're
them.
out. They're out depending on
Yeah,
where you live. I mean, they're
yeah.
out. I think the the Yeezy in the hood is just ignorance. You know what I'm saying? It's just
It's
like,
just
yo,
something new.
right.
Yeah.
But
it's
if you
also
can,
kids. It's also kids
kids, right, right.
that don't necessarily know what the fuck is happening.
Yeah. They
But
don't watch the news.
if you
They don't
can't
care.
get them, if you have to go out of your way to get them, oh, then you're MAGA. You're MAGA all day. Like
Yes.
you're.
Or if you wear the
Yeah,
cooked
yeah.
white 350s, you're MAGA.
I mean, I'm starting to think cooked
With
white Air
Nike.
Force Ones are
A
MAGA.
MAGA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
It's
you seen that
yeah.
one meme where they what is one thing white people can cook better than black people? And then before it was meth. They were like white people can cook meth better than black people, and the new one now is Air Force Ones.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. White people can cook Air Force Ones better than black people.
We're gonna put that on Instagram, but they're gonna delete that. They're gonna
That's
delete
okay.
that one. It's not gonna live
Yeah.
on a reel too long. But um,
It's true. They can. The
oh
motherfuckers go
man,
crazy with Air Force
a
Ones.
dude,
Oh,
a dude,
fried,
a,
fried.
a dude had
Fried.
a
That should be having dents in them. They don't give a fuck. Big
yo,
ass craters in it.
a dude came in today. He bought something, so we had to chill. But he had on a super cooked pair, and he
Jeez.
was wearing tights with no shorts on top of the tights.
You're joking.
Dead
That's
ass.
nasty
It-
wear.
I didn't ring him up. I was like, oh, I can't do it. It was just so.
Oh my god.
And he bought a Russell Westbrook honor the gift bomber jacket.
Wow.
Couldn't even do it. Couldn't even do it. Listen, man. Obviously,
Listen.
this is going to be an ongoing conversation. It's going to take over every barbershop, every podcast, every Twitter thread.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about it. Mainstream media is talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's on
NPR.
it's
and
on
places like
ESPN.
that start talking about it. Yeah,
It's on ESPN. So
yeah.
again, man, just try to educate yourself in this because you don't want to spread misinformation. It's going to happen regardless of your best efforts. But
Who are these athletes that went inside with Donda Sports Agency when Kanye doesn't even have a history of doing good business anywhere? What makes you think he's going to be your agent and represent you in a manner that you need to be represented?
Again, man, that influence, his influence.
I mean,
This is so
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, his
The
reach is
influence.
crazy, man.
But again, the athletes were both black guys. It wasn't like it was Tom Brady or somebody else. It was two black dudes who are in the prime of their careers and who should have known better. But
Yeah.
because we're not teaching, financial, and one of them, Jaylen Brown, has been like the face of the Celtics in terms of like civil rights move, voting rights. Like he's an educated dude.
Yeah.
Fam,
You know what I'm saying? But
go sign with Rock Nation Sports,
yeah.
please.
my thing is, what's going to happen, with the Donda Academy, because all these
I
high
think
school
I think
age
they need to
kids,
close that.
I think they need to fold ASAP.
Fold it. It's not even accredited. It costs about $15,000 a year. You have to sign an NDA. He be having kids doing crazy shit at the Paris Fashion Week wearing, where he's wearing White Lives Matter. Did he have the kids wearing White Lives Matter shirts too? Or
Nah,
no?
I don't think so. I
I
don't
think
think so.
I did. Lauren Hill's daughter wear it. I think. She
Wow.
No.
Yeah,
Lauren
Oh,
Hill's
hold on,
daughter
Lauren
goes-
Hill. She goes to that school.
Lauren Hill's daughter was one of the black girls I was modeling for Kanye and Paris Fashion Week.
She's a little girl or she's an adult?
Nah, she's an adult. She knew better.
I was referring to. I remember there was some scenes where there were some little babies that were in the Paris Fashion Week thing, where he was standing on the side wearing the White Lives Matter shirt. I didn't know if the little kids were wearing White Lives Matter shirts. I don't think so.
Lauryn Hill's daughter defends decision to walk in Kanye's White Lives Matter Yeezy show.
Oh wow, okay. She's obviously a child and doesn't even know any better, man. I don't know these sort of behavior. You know, Kanye has to have somebody in his ear.
She wore my bad. She wore the shirt, and she's 23 years old.
They all wore the shirt.
That's
You were
fucked up.
in that show. You wore the shirt.
That's crazy. Ah man, damn it, the fuck is happening? The world is kind of just going inside out. Like everything is fucking going crazy. You know? Race relations are going to the fucking toilet.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. God damn.
Listen, man, it's episode 183 with the podcast.
Yeah. Let's talk about sneakers, though.
How do we get?
Speaking of Arizona State, there's a pair of Arizona State dunks coming out.
Oh,
Abdul put me on notice. Yellow with the maroon, whatever it is, I need them. If you
those shits are
chasing,
fire.
I know you hear me. I need them.
Oh, soul priorities.
Whoever,
Yeah.
I'll give you $10 over retail. I'm not
we got
doing
you.
that.
We got
I
you.
give you $10 over retail.
I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. They are crazy. Also, if you pay attention to PJ Tucker, I believe that was yesterday, or was it yesterday or today?
I thought that was Abdul.
Nah, it
He's
was
crazy.
PJ Tucker.
Oh, I
PJ
thought
Tucker
Abdul leaked that video.
did the whole video with all the undefeated Air Force Ones.
The motherfuckers all look wet.
You got the illest pair already at that Nike ID, right?
I do, but this
Same ones, no patent.
No patent. But
yeah, but these with the
shits
patent,
look good. They look crazy.
I actually like the ones that Abdul made better because they're more of the closer to the original ones.
No, they're not. These are perfect to the original, the ones that they got coming out.
The Air Force Ones?
Yeah.
The Dunk Highs?
They look exact. They use the same exact Pantone colors, except with patent on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's exactly the same
But
shoe.
they're not, but except they're not like one piece like leather either, right?
No,
Like
they're not one piece.
The undefeated dunks are like one piece, no patent.
No, they weren't one piece. They were no lining.
No lining, not one piece. One no lining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad, listen, I gotta go. I'm gonna need
10 pairs of each.
Well, maybe not even of each, but that one
no.
pair that looks
there's like two.
There's
four.
four. There's four pairs coming out.
There's like two that are like the ones you got.
Yeah, but that one pair that looks like the dunk, I'm gonna need 7 pairs. I'm not even playing.
We will. I'll call PJ and make it happen. Talk about
please call PJ.
There was a store in Tallahassee, Florida, who received the FAMU dunks.
Yes.
And the store actually, I believe they allowed alumni and current students of the school to get the dunks first.
How do they know who was an alumni?
They had you show your degree.
Student ID.
No, they had you show your degree.
They like pull out your LinkedIn.
You had to show
literally.
you what?
Cats came in with
diploma.
their degree, with their degree. No, their degree.
I don't even know what my degree is.
You know what I'm saying?
Rome about to pull his out.
Quick.
Oh,
yours
shit.
is somewhere hidden between some sneaker boxes.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right. Hampton University.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely can lock your pair of Hampton.
All right.
Hampton
That's
dunks down
fire.
with that.
You gonna get the Hampton Under Armours?
That sounds
Locked
terrible.
in, baby.
You could just show them a screenshot of that video right there.
That is disgusting.
Oh, man,
The Hampton
that's fire.
Under Armours.
I think that's dope. That's
But it was
amazing.
dope.
So
Yeah, so there's a video
like
of these
that.
dudes like, yo, we got the FAMU dunks, but we actually, so you see some dude like older dude too, had his degree in the
Yeah.
joint. You know what I mean? So shout out to them
You
for
could tell
doing
the
that.
resellers because all you think the StockX white boys try to come up with degrees on Photoshop. That's one spot they wouldn't have been able to get off. That
Yeah,
one line they would
it
not
was
have been
like,
able to
man, them
get
dudes
off.
had gold teeth, ringing people up, bro. Like you
Tallahassee,
just
for
yeah,
real, for real. Yeah,
Yeah.
just take that L and don't get and pay for these on StockX. You're not getting
yeah.
these.
They're going for a lot of
Um,
bread too. Shout out to our guys at Soul Priorities.
Yeah, but you
Um,
have to have a degree to get them. They're
they
going for a lot of
actually
bread.
they actually gave away a pair. I think, if I remember correctly, to any FAMU past or present student who walked in with showing that they were
Student
with
ID.
some sort of proof that they were or a student or a student in the past, and if it was their size, they were able to get those for retail from Soul
That's dope.
Priorities.
that's
I thought that was
dope.
great. I thought that
That's
was a good
dope.
gesture.
I think I think we're gonna see what the resale market.
No, the
It's gonna.
resale market is crazy.
Well, I'm about to say we're gonna see what the resale market looks like in the next 6 to 12 months because of the Yeezy. You don't know if people are gonna hold on to their Yeezys. They think they're gonna be worth something. Nike, it seems to be putting out a lot more pairs of shoes now. I mean,
Mhm.
I read, and we're still trying to confirm, but I read that November 1st is Jordan one day,
Lost
and
and found.
also Jordan lost and found, and also I'm on year 4,
Ah,
Same
I'm
day.
seeing.
same
I'm
day.
seeing it's
Will
just as
Jordan Brand do
November.
that though? I
Hell
don't know if
yeah.
Jordan Brand would do that.
I don't think
Of
they
course they
care.
would. They don't
I mean, they're
care.
gonna sell out either way. You're right.
You know what I think might happen is maybe Nike or Jordan Brand would drop the Jordan ones, and then Amamanier drops the fours on its own first, and then it goes to Nike sneakers later on a different weekend.
Hmm.
I could see that happening, but I have a feeling these are all slated for Black Friday. I could be wrong. And if it is November 1st, we should be hearing things happening in the next couple of days.
I mean, again, it's just I saw it online. It was a trusted site, but
I'm
things could
pretty sure
change.
Abdul would have got a phone call from somebody saying they
No, I
got him
would
in the.
not.
I'm just
Come
saying
on.
they would have got him in the store already. Like,
This,
yo, we got our shipment in already. We're talking about like
There
yeah.
was
4
there was
days.
there was photos of that spot trophy room
Well, Trophy Room was Jordan's store.
already backdooring their Jordans.
Yeah, I mean that's what
No, the
Michael
seven.
Yes.
Jordan's son owns
No,
those.
backdooring the Jordan
Chicago's.
ones, Chicago's. There was a
Yeah, but
full
that's a
breakdown
yeah,
that
but
these
that's a
Britain.
different type of store. That's not like a regular store. You know?
Nevertheless, they have the stock already. Is all I'm saying. If you have the stock, then you know what I'm saying. If you're gonna sit on them for 2 months, that's one thing. But if you're gonna sit on them for 3 weeks, you know what I'm saying. That you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
also remember, Abdul said a lot of places didn't get their, they didn't get the dunks.
Argons.
Yeah, they didn't get the argons. People still waiting for their argons to come in.
Yeah. Silent
Did
time.
you
Your
get yours
Argons
yet?
are coming. Oh shit, Jerome, I got your shit right here.
Yeah, I haven't got mine yet, but I'll be
Tomorrow.
That's a Miami shoe. You gotta go pick them up on the way out.
nah. I got I'm taking my ice creams to Miami,
Oh
Abdul's
shit.
gonna drop him off on his run tomorrow, 4
and
a.m.
then I won't be up, and then
I
and
won't
then
be up.
I'm taking the JJ Jound
A6.
Asics. Yeah.
All right.
So, but yeah, Miami's.
You might be doing a lot of walking. I think those will come in handy.
That. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what it hits for. I think we're just gonna run around and see what's popping, man. Like hits Winwood.
What time's
I
your
mean,
flight?
Pierre and I are on the same flight.
Yeah, what time is that?
11:45.
Oh, nice. You get there
So,
And
around
then by like 1:30.
1:30,
We have
something like
1:45,
that.
something like that. Yeah, for
Oof.
sure.
Chilling.
Prime time, baby.
I'm ready.
Ready.
You know what I'm saying? If we stay at the one spot, we can go straight to Brickell. Brickell's right there, Midtown. Like Brickell's a little too flashy for me, but I get why they did it. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? And then like take a good nap, hit grab dinner, then hit
Jared's party.
Dante's High Five, then hit Jared's party. So it should be cracking. Yeah, for sure. Last on sneakers, man, local legend. The Crush Dunks are everywhere on 14th and U, as they should be.
It should be, yeah.
Thursday, it is an opportunity. First come, first serve. Sizes 5 through 13
I love it.
In store.
in store. They already said don't line up. Don't linger, don't block the alley,
Yeah.
nothing. You know what I mean? So
How can you control that?
they can't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What they should have done was they should have just announced it the day
They
of.
should have just not even announced it and just dropped that
True.
shit.
That's true. They should have not even announced it. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody can get me an 11 and
We might
six
be
and a
able to do
half,
that. I
11
think I
or
think we'll
six
be
and
able to do that.
yeah, 6.5 or 11, man. Let me know because seeing Bella in a pair
Both.
would be super fresh.
Yeah.
Both, yeah, or 7.
I got my box signed by Brian, the
And
owner
did you
of
see? And
Crushed.
did you see that they're actually doing both boxes?
Yeah, you can pick and choose, you know?
Well, 130 for the regular box, 140 for the special box.
Yeah. You got to get the
Tremendous.
special box.
Hold me down. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on a plane. Hold me
I got the
down.
regular box. I don't give a fuck about boxes.
Yeah, for
I'm like
sure.
Abdul. Once I wear them, once the box goes out the window.
Not these ones. I might have to grab another pair and keep this signed one just on ice. I think it's a big deal, man. I think this is our the first shop from here that has gotten a Nike collab.
Major doesn't have one.
No,
Well, I mean, obviously outside. Oh yeah, you mean like not Monier though?
not
They're not
Monier. I
from
mean,
here.
I'm talking
Yeah,
like a little
They're not from.
homegrown.
They're not from here though. They just
yeah. No,
Who's
no.
store.
Crush takes
Crush?
the crown.
Oh,
Yeah.
you say Monier is not from here,
I'm like
right?
they're not
Yep,
from
yep,
here.
yep, yep, yep. And it's also a wider chain. Like, you know what I'm saying? It would be different if like Commonwealth got a collab. Like, you know, they've been established here for years and,
Yeah.
you know, roots in the community.
For
Yeah.
But
sure.
Crush is a homegrown product. Brian's from here, and just his story on how he even started, you know, working for the shop that was there before,
All
and then
three of them.
yeah, and then deciding to kind of buy it out and run the business himself and where it's gone to today. And
Yeah.
you know, he's parlayed all of that into a Nike collab, a Nike SB Dunk, and he's a skater.
Yeah.
He's not a business dude just looking to make a quick buck. He does a lot of things for young skaters,
Skate
for the
community. Yeah.
community, and just wants to keep the spirit of that community alive. So I fucks with that, man. So yeah, no,
Same.
one pair is gonna stay like that, signed and just on ice. Just, you know what I'm saying, I can stare at it when I need to. And then I'll wear another pair.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll talk about it as we get there. Episode 183. We're not gonna say what is Abdul watching.
Ah, man, I finished 18 episodes of of Welcome to Wrexham, which is a documentary on these two Hollywood actors who decided to buy a soccer team in Wales, Wales, which is a small little, what do we call it, a country? I don't even know if it's a country, but it's on the east or west side of England, but it's part of the United Kingdom. And you know, their soccer teams kind of tie in with the British soccer system. Anyway, they bought this team, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, who's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is a funny ass show if you've never seen it.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
they bought this team that's at the lowest tier of British soccer and of the English soccer system, and you know, they're trying to get it promoted to the next level up. Um, Without giving too much of it away, you know, ins and outs of the business and dealing with players and, you know, the excitement of winning, the excitement of the agony of losing, like all these things played into this show, man. It was a really good watch. I enjoyed it. 18 episodes. Really, that's the only thing I watched, bro. I just finished that whole fucking season one.
It's been a
Just,
busy weekend
I
for you
think,
too.
yeah, I think I just finished that yesterday, and you know, I didn't really watch any TV from like Thursday to Sunday. I was just out and about. So yeah, that's all I got.
What's the hot new music, Ron?
I don't. I've been listening to Camp Low for the past couple of days. To be honest with you, I just listened to Camp Low, and again, that Rome Streets is probably
Fuck
good.
with
I
Camp
haven't
Low.
listened to it, but God, I don't have my phone near me, so if you got some new music, man, for me to listen to, put in the comments. Shout out to Beautiful Mind. Uh, but yeah, man, I mean, again, we just wanted to have a responsible discussion regarding Ye and his antics. Obviously, we are interested in all sides of the conversation, including the sneaker part and including just, we're just here to be responsible uh, conversationalists, podcasters.
Don't get it twisted though. Still fuck Kanye.
For sure,
100%.
a
Yeah.
million percent. We actually made a bunch of Darla Nikki edits, and we took all his verses out of the songs.
Oh, that's
So
dope.
like, we made American Boy, no Kanye. We did Selfish, Slum Village, no Kanye. We did.
Sick. You
I
should
can't
call it a little
remember.
mix. No Kanye.
It's the No Ye edits. You know what I'm saying?
Sick.
So, but then but then you have people who just don't care. You know what I'm saying? I saw some of those ignorant conversation coming from a DJ on my timeline, and I was just like, bro, you just don't get it. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
an
You just
idiot.
really don't get it. Yeah. I mean, I didn't. He wasn't the most intelligent person, but he just definitely made himself like a disgusting person. So, whatever conversations you have around this, just be responsible. Speak to people in a respectful manner. If you're black, understand. Just black people unite and let's all get down, man. That's really the underlying message here. Unity. When you move as a unit, when you move as a team, you can accomplish anything. You know what I'm saying? Trying to move as individuals won't get you much.
No, that's the only way.
You know what I mean?
You know,
So
real quick, I saw a real nice message. I thought was nice from Peter Rosenberg of Hot 97, who's from this area,
Also Jewish.
Chevy Chase, Maryland, and is Jewish, and he gave a quick message um, and it was mainly for Jewish people, and he was like, essentially, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but he said, at this time, while you think that you are being attacked, um, and rightfully so, you have every right to feel like that, but just know that you also have to show empathy to the ones who've been attacked before you and the people that are constantly going through those sort of struggles. And so I thought that was a good message for not just Jewish people, but for just everybody, man.
Yeah.
I think it applies across the board that um, they just be kind and be empathetic towards everyone. And I think that's how we really can get better as people. Um, but I liked that statement. I thought it was dope for him to address that specifically to Jewish people. Be like, yo, you have black brothers and sisters that go through shit every fucking day. You have, you know, the Uyghurs or the people in China, the Muslims in China that are getting killed and put in concentration camps. There's so much shit going on around the world. You know what I'm saying? It's just you just have to try your best to advocate for the ones that need it the most.
and on that, we are out. This is shout out to my man, always available, hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
Yo, peace, fellas.
Don't charge Abdul.
Yo, subscribe to our podcast, man, on Apple Podcasts. Leave a review or rate it 5 stars. You know what I'm
Comments.
saying? Comment, all that shit, man. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Go to our platform on any sort of platform that carries podcasts. We're on it. Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, rate, comment on Spotify. Apple Music, whatever. I don't know, whatever the fuck. What's that? One Heart Radio, all that shit. We're on
We
all
on
that
all
shit,
of them.
man.
iHeart,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Stitcher.
iHeart Radio,
Yeah,
yeah.
YouTube videos. YouTube.com/What's a Podcast coming soon. What's a Podcast that live for our previous episode. This is DJ Jerome Baker the third, and we are out. Peace.